Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Marilyn Darling Show. Today we're going to be doing a review of Callifolio Andrinople. And this is what it looks like. It is a pinky purple ink. Hopefully we will see some cool things in the review. If you're in Europe, you can buy a 40 ml bottle for €6. €6.60. Jet pens, La Sartine, Passier, Callifolio Andrinople is $12. And Vanish Pens 1938.com is $13. Those are the only places that I could find it. Oh, there's a 50 ml pouch. Oh, that's interesting. Or a 4 ml sample for $2.50. Cool. Alright, let's get into the review, shall we? Alright, today's ink is provided by Manda B, so thank you, Manda B. You can check her channel out in the link in the description. Today's question is, if you could go back in time and tell your younger self one thing, what would it be? And today's quote of the day is, "Laws are like sausages. It is better not to see them being made." Otto von Bismarck. Today's pen is the Lamy Vista with a broad nib. Okie dokie. This is Exceed 100 GSM paper. Maybe a little bit of ghosting, but that's pretty good. Yesterday's ink was, I put it in a couple of different fountain pens. I put it in my Waterman. It was very wet. And then I put it in my Pilot Falcon. That wasn't wet enough. And so I used my Jinhao 599 with a 1.5 millimeter stub. And it was perfect. Cool. Alright. Let's get on to some paper review, shall we? This is the Pen and Gear memo book from Walmart.com. Okie dokie. Ooh, that is a very wet ink. I think that's all of the swiping that I'm going to get out of that. Alright. No bleeding, maybe a little bit of ghosting. That seems to be normal. Oh, it's very wet though. It's going to take a long time to dry if you use a broad nib, so just keep that in mind. Actually, I'm going to put that up there so it doesn't get... Okay. Let's do the Birmingham Pen Company 52 GSM Tomoe River paper. Oops, I spelled it wrong on the last one. very wet with a broad nib, which is nice, but also terrifying because you bleed all over the place. Oof. Heavy ghosting. No bleed through. I would totally use the back side of this paper. Then you're going to have to put a thing down and make sure that you soak up the excess before you close the book. Cool. Alright. This is the Fabriano Eco Qua 85 GSM. Whew. Very wet ink, super wet. No bleeding, no ghosting. I would totally use the back side of this paper. Maybe a little bit of ghosting. Normal amount of ghosting. Cause ain't nobody got time for that. Come on. Okay. This is Rodeo dot paper, 80 GSM. Very wet. No bleeding, no ghosting. I would totally use the back side of this paper. Alright, let's move on to the CVS caliber notebook. Very wet indeed, very wet indeed. No bleeding, no ghosting. I would totally use the back side of this paper. Oh boy, here we go. Let's look at the Premier Premium Journal from the 99-cent store. And we're going to have to use our first page. So that is exciting. I'm just going to go from the back of the book continuously, so if I want to use the front of the book, I can do so. This is oof. Almost bled all the way through the page. I would not use the back side of this paper. Alright. The Lamy Notebook. 90 GSM quad rolled paper. No bleeding, little bit of ghosting. I would totally use the back side of this paper. See, this is the problem that you're going to have with this notebook, is with this ink. It's just going to bleed no matter what. Maybe if you had a super extra fine nib, or Pilot Falcon, or something with a super extra fine nib, it might not bleed as much, but this is a very wet ink. Very wet indeed. This is Clairefontaine 90-gram French roll paper. No bleeding, no ghosting. I would totally use the back side of this paper. Alright, this is the writing tablet from shopiScholar.com. I bought this at the Dollar Tree. No bleeding. Barely any ghosting. I would totally use the back side of this paper. Alright, this is Expressit filler paper, quad rolled paper. I bought this at the 99-cent store. Okay. A little bit of bleed through, some ghosting here and there, but I would totally use the back side of this paper. Hewlett Packard 24-pound copy paper. Total bleed through monster. I would not use the back side of this paper. Alright. The new guy in town. HP 32-pound premium paper. No bleeding, no ghosting. I would totally use the back side of this paper if it wasn't so wet. Okay, last but not least, Mead wide rolled notebook. Lots of bleeding, lots of ghosting. I would not use the back side of this paper. But it did dry really fast. So, you win some, you lose some. Okay. How about some art, huh? Let's do some art. Okay. There, that's better. Yesterday's ink, if we look at this, it does have a little bit of red sheen. I don't know if you can see that or not. Probably not. I can see a little bit of red sheen. Oh, there you can get a glimpse of it. Do you see it? Oh, there it is. See it right there? A little bit of red sheen. That's cool. Noodler's Polar Brown looked really cool. Even this Diatramentus Archive ink looked really cool. This one kind of looks like a mountain is growing. Well, anyway, we're going to let this marinate for a little while. And we will come back and look at it tomorrow. Okay. Let's do some comparison panel. Okay, there is Private Reserve Plum. There is Noodler's Cactus Fruit Eel. There's Noodler's Black Swan and Australian Roses. There's Diamine Claret. Or Clay. This is Diamine Lil Bob. This is KWZ Red number 1. This is Monteverde Passion Burgundy. This is Hubble Zoom, Colorverse Hubble Zoom. This is Diamine Oxblood. Now we're getting further and further away from the magenta colors. I thought it was going to be close to deep magenta, but it is even more deeper than magenta. And lavender. So... and it's nowhere near, let's say, Noodler's Brexit or Tatcha Murasaki. This is Birmingham Andy Warhol Pop Art, nothing close to that. Diamine Bilberry, Griffin. So that's about as close as it gets to that. If you guys have any questions about this ink that I might be able to answer throughout the day, I will do my best to answer them in the order that they are received. I got a couple of questions about things and in the past, and like water resistance and things like that. So if you're curious about those things, let me know and I'll make you a special video for any of the ones that I'm doing. I don't do them normally because it takes time, and time is money. And we barely have any of that as it is. So, I hope that you guys are having a great day wherever you are in the world. So I want to thank you all for watching. Please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Ring the little bell. Make sure it's set to all so when I upload new content, YouTube notifies you. Have a great day. Okay, love you, bye.